here at Stegeman on the vault with Katie Heenan.
Katie's going to do a Chinko full twist. Very nice. She's been very consistent for the team this whole time on vault. See again. Good Chinko. See, she wants to get really high so she can find that landing. Very good. A little low in the landing, causing her to take that hop.
Michigan will start with Nellie Kipley, a freshman from St. Cloud, Minnesota, on the uneven bars.
A little crooked on that to begin with, but good cover up there. She's a Dukachev.
And as we mentioned, coming in, Michigan is the 7th-ranked team in the nation.
Yes, and Georgia's number 8, so it should be a neck-and-neck competition here tonight. That was a good start for Michigan. Very hard dismount, double layout.
A 9.75 for Nellie Kipley. Over to the vault, Kelsey Erickson, a sophomore.
Kelsey will also do your Chinko full twist, just like we saw from Katie Heenan. Little leg separation. Not the best vault for Kelsey. Let's see, we'll see. She's a little loose in her body. You really want to be tight when you hit that vault. See, her legs kind of came apart a little bit.
A 9.85 for Kelsey Erickson. Lindsay Brooke from Marietta, New York, a sophomore for the Wolverines.
She's going to do Eagle Giants into a Pike Jaeger. Very difficult, E-level skill there. Very nice. Lindsay has very pretty lines, very fluid on bars. See if she can finish up strong here with her dismount. Nice handstand, locked right up. Double layout. Very nice routine.
Take a look at the replay again. A 9.8 for Lindsay Brooke.
It's her release move there, the Pike Jaeger. Very difficult.
Brittany Smith now, the junior from Georgia, always seems to be strong on this event.
Let's see, the Chinko half. Kind of big step for Brittany. We're used to seeing Brittany stick those. See, she twists a little bit early off the horse, so she has to take that step a little bit to the side.
9.825. The Wolverines will try to counter with Jenny Diley, a junior, another gymnast from Minnesota on this Wolverine team. I didn't know they made so many out there in Minnesota. I thought they were all hockey players.
Very nice. That was huge. That was a huge release move. So high, way above the bar. Very nice extension. See if she can finish up. A full in. Perfect landing. Nice job. Michigan looks good.
Jenny, one of the leaders, setting an example for her team early on, a 9.85 on that routine. Back to the vault, Ashley Kupetz.
This is such a difficult vault. Half on, front flip, hike off. Ooh, big step though for Ashley. We're also used to seeing her get a better landing on that as well.
What's going on with these landings on the vault for Georgia tonight? Not typical.
They are struggling a little. We haven't seen any sticks so far.
Here's Lauren Merkerick, a senior from California.
That's a hop full into a ginger in between the bars. Very unusual. You don't see that at all.
Does that mean the routine's worth a 10?
Yeah, she'll definitely get a 10-0 start value. It's just a different way of doing your skills. Very hard dismount. Probably the hardest one in the competition we will see. It's a double layout with a full twist. See, I could send up for it right here. Let's see. Double layout, full twist. So hard to get your body all the way around and complete that. She did a very nice job.
A 9.825. The senior now, Michelle Emmons. I'm sure she'd love to see a 10 in something tonight.
Let's see. Oh, just some small footsteps there. She really had to, she didn't bend her knees and absorb the landing. We'll watch again. But she goes up, she almost lands completely with straight legs, which makes it very difficult to get that landing.
Over to another senior that was honored tonight before the meet got underway, Elise Ray from Michigan.
Elise is so talented, especially on bars. She has beautiful lines, extensions. She does a hop full pirouette to another one, to her dismount, which is a very difficult dismount. Double A with a full twist. We just saw that from her teammate.
A 9-9, a big score for Elise Ray. Now, why the difference between this routine and her teammate?
Her form is impeccable. Her toes are pointed. I mean, she has beautiful lines.
Both teams are looking for a big push into the postseason. After one rotation, we have a tied score, 49.125. Should be very interesting as we head into the second rotation. The Gym Dogs head to the uneven bars. Michigan heads over the Wolverines. Look to take the lead here on the vault. We have Lindsay Brooke.
Lindsay does a Chinko half. Same vault we saw from Brittany Smith in the University of Georgia. Such a hard landing because it's blind. Look, she can't even see her feet, and they just land. That's why she's forced to take that big step.
A 9-8. Now we have Audrey Bowers, a freshman from Georgia, on the uneven bars.
Let's see if Audrey can hit this routine. She's fallen the last two meets on bars, so she really wants to nail it. And that's a good start right there. She looks right on. And actually, the very first score up for Georgia did fall, so it's very important for Audrey to hit this routine right now. See if she can finish up with this dismount, double layout. All right, she stuck it. Good for her. She's happy with that routine.
I would think that would be a huge mental boost for a freshman heading into the SECs, knowing that you've got the monkey off your back, so to speak.
Yeah, that definitely should boost her confidence.
A 9.75 for Audrey Bowers. Over to the vault, we have Shanna Dugan.
Chinko full. You could see on the horse she didn't get much block. See, she goes in. She kind of pushes off, but doesn't really go up. So it's a low vault. Not a bad score though. 9.825 for that.
Nikki Childs, another freshman.
Nikki has beautiful lines, toe point. It's a giant full to a Ginger. She gets right to handstand. Every time she goes upside down, she gets right to handstand, locks it out. See if she can finish strong. Watch it, right here. Boom. So beautiful. Nice. All right, perfect landing. That was the best routine I've seen Nikki do in a long time.
A 9.875.
Yeah, that score. They really wanted that 9-9. There was not much deduction there. Still a good score for the Dogs.
Katie Lieberman on vault.
Chinko full. Oh, she fought for that landing. See, her legs are a little bit loose on the board, but she does a nice job of covering up and getting that landing. 9.825.
Another freshman, Katie Heenan. But they look good tonight.
They do. And those are some huge releases there that we saw from Katie. Nice. They're definitely getting their handstands tonight, which is a difference that we're seeing from the previous meets. See if she can get this landing. Very difficult. Double front. All right. They look good.
A 9-9, a huge score for the freshman from Georgia. A huge boost for this team.
And I know their bar coach, Jay, is very happy with that.
Elise Ray, once again the senior, looking for a big score.
Chinko full. Some small hops on the landing. She also doesn't get as much block as we saw from some of the Georgia gymnasts. It's a little bit low, but a decent score, 9.825. They're definitely holding their own.
Kelsey Erickson.
See if Kelsey can finish up strong here for the Dogs. Huge release move there to Kachev, way above the bar. It's so fun when they do it like that because you're not even sure if they're going to catch it, and then all of a sudden they have the bar in their hands and they keep going with their routine. See if she can just finish up strong with this dismount, the blind landing dismount, a radian double front. She does a half turn and then double fronts. Good job. Nice job for Kelsey.
A 9.85 for the sophomore.
Just probably because of that little step she took on that dismount is what the deduction came from.
Jenny Diley. Again, the junior from Michigan.
Very nice. Nice in the air, a little bit piked on the landing. She over-rotated it. She actually could have laid it out. Let's see, she does a full, and she kind of pikes in her hips, so she she pushes back.
A 9.8 for her, Ashley Coupets.
See, they're on a roll here. This is the last step. If they can hit this, and they've got it. Nice. So difficult. This is the Kacha full. Wow. Shoot over. You have to go from the high bar to the low bar at least once in your routine to fulfill the requirements. It's giant full to a double tuck. Relatively easy dismount, but solid routine.
Good landing.
Yep, very important. They're getting the landings here, which they didn't get on vault.
A 9.85 for Ashley Coupets. Man, that looks hard.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
And Georgia has a slight lead, 98.35 to University of Michigan's 98.2. And they hope to keep the momentum going as the Gym Dogs head on to the balance beam. Stick with us, everybody. You're watching UGA.
Thank you.
Beverly Polacki was an 8-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, and she's trailing right now the University of Georgia Gym Dogs. Kelsey Erickson looking to widen the lead.
Kelsey's first up for the team, which is a big role to fill because definitely want to hit. So the rest of your team can feel the confidence and not be as nervous and hold back, and they can hit as well. For walk layout, she's doing a great job so far.
Kelsey, a 5'5" sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio. She was the 2004 SEC Freshman of the Year. Georgia's 6th SEC freshman.
And she was actually SEC Gymnast of the Week this week, which is very exciting for her, I know. She's doing a great job so far. We can expect great things from her at Nationals.
She also excels in the classroom. We should mention before coming to Georgia, she graduated with a 4.25 GPA. I didn't think that was possible.
Yes, she's definitely a smart one.
Sure wasn't me when I was in high school.
She's going to finish up with her dismount. Gainer full off the side. Very nice. Great start for the dogs. See, we're going to watch their dismount again. 9.875. Big score. A big score for the start-off girl. So important. Like I said, that begin roll just sets the whole pace for the whole team.
The Wolverines are on the floor exercise. We have Nellie Kipley, a freshman from St. Cloud, Minnesota.
It's a double pike. A little bit low on that landing.
Typically, Michigan, not a strong team on the floor exercise.
I think they have been struggling a little bit. Actually, they did make a lineup change before the meet. So I think, I'm not sure if one of their girls got injured or what the deal was, but they are struggling a little bit.
Nellie was with the club junior team called the Twin City Twisters. Kind of a fun name. She went to a prep high school, Tech High School, and graduated from there last year.
Michigan usually has wonderful choreography. Very unique. Seeing a little bit of that right now.
And they're looking to make a huge impression on the floor. We were tied after one rotation. Georgia had a slight lead.
Yeah, it is very close.
And we talked about it before, Sarah, how important that momentum is for each one of these teams. They just want to grab onto that.
Oh, and
that's not a good start.
No, that's a fall. That would be 5/10 deduction. And like I said, that lead-off girl, it is so important that they hit so the other girls don't feel the pressure. And that's definitely not what she wanted to do, being first up here tonight.
And the score reflects the fall, 9.275. What happened there for her?
It just looked like her knees buckled a little bit as she took off. Didn't get the height she normally does. Had to sit down.
Michelle Emmons, again the senior, making her final appearance on the balance beam here at Stegeman Coliseum.
Well, I know Michelle wants to do great today. Let's see if she can put together a good beam routine for the dogs. See her flight series full up layout. Perfect. Right on.
She's always been strong for Suzanne Yaklin on the beam and the floor exercise.
Full turn. Required element there.
She really did an amazing job leading this team, a young team that had lost 4 in a row.
Yes, they definitely seem to be back on track.
Freshmen always need a leader.
Yeah.
And she's been a good one.
It's a punch front. Small little wobble on that, but not big deduction.
Her career high on this event, a 9.875 at the 03 regionals.
Straddle. Oh, she was supposed to connect those. Chest. Oh, a little wobbly there.
What are her plans after college?
I actually think she wants to move back to Texas. She is an MIS major, so very smart. Works with computers. It's nice. It was a good dismount for her. She was a little wobbly. She probably wanted to get a little bit better score than that, but 9.825 is definitely a decent score.
A solid start for Georgia on the beam. Back over to the floor, we have Lindsay Brooke, the sophomore from Marietta, New York.
Lindsay has done amazing things so far at the University of Michigan. She's been a great leader, and she's only a sophomore. And that was a double pike.
She was NCAA All-American first team last year and All Big Ten Conference second team.
Sign up for a second tumbling pass.
You know, in the SEC, we know all about, the Alabamas and the Georgias. What would you say is the biggest difference between the Big Ten and the SEC when it comes to gymnastics? It seems like the skills of the SEC seem to be a little higher, a little more crisp.
There's just a lot more competition in the SECs. There's definitely, they had Alabama, Georgia, a lot of rivalry that they just push themselves very hard. Some of that I just think is probably missing in the Big Ten, although they've come a long way, and they definitely have the potential to be like the SEC, I believe.
Michigan's always had a strong program.
Led by great gymnasts like Lindsay Brooke. See if she can finish up. This has been a great routine so far. Final pass. It's a front pass. Front full, front tuck. Perfect. Good job. See what that score is. Not sure because the girl fell before her, so sometimes that can be harder to get a good score. Yeah, 9.825. It's not great, but it's a decent score.
That makes a huge impression in the judges' mind for the whole team.
Actually, it does. It's not supposed to, but it definitely can.
One of those things, okay. Audrey Bowers, now the 5'2" freshman from Lilburn, Georgia.
Audrey's been great on beam so far. She actually is coming back from an ankle sprain. We haven't seen her on beam yet. So let's see if she can nail this routine. A lot of the girls have been sick on the Georgia team, so she may be filling in. We usually see Nikki, Childs, and Megan on beam, and I'm not sure if they're in the lineup tonight. Little wobble on that. That's her flight series.
A lot of flu has been going around, that's for sure.
Switch leap, straddle jump. Straddle jump 3/4. Very nice. I love how she smiles during her whole beam routine. This is so fun to watch.
A little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, but she covers it up very good.
She does look so happy.
Yeah, she does all the time, and that's just how her personality is.
She trained at the Gwinnett Gymnastics Center for 14 years.
That was nice. That was her gym macro. It was perfect.
She's in elementary education. She looks like a teacher.
Yes, I can definitely see her being a teacher. Very friendly, very outgoing, caring. Double twist dismount. All right, good for her. They're right on. They're doing exactly what they need to be, and that's consistent. Not scoring big scores, but holding their own very well. 9.825.
Over to the floor, Becca Clausen's looking for something a little bigger here. The junior from St. Paul, Minnesota.
See if they can pick it up. They really need to get some scores. It's a double pike. And a big step on that landing.
Becca was an NCAA All-American first team in 2003 and All Big Ten Conference second team in 03 and 04. And an academic All Big Ten, so she's also really is amazing as much time as these athletes spend on the road traveling to their meets and their practice. And they really perform so well in the classroom.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but they're used to it. They have to, since high school, they've had to find that balance. That was a very difficult second pass. That was a double tuck, and it looked very easy for her. That was a perfect landing.
Becca is a nursing major.
Let's see if she can breathe and get ready for this last pass, because she really needs to hit. Since they had that fall earlier on, they know that they can't have any more mistakes. And they know they really want to win here tonight. They're coming off a huge win from last weekend.
We should mention they posted the second highest score of the nation against Iowa, a 197.8.
It's a very high score. Georgia hasn't even come close to that this year, actually.
And it was the second highest score in UM Gymnastics history.
Wow. Wow. Great team.
I'm sure Beverly Pawlowski would like to see that at their Big Ten tournament or in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't go away, everybody. When we come back, Ashley Coupette takes her turn on the balance beam. We are back in Athens, Georgia. Melissa Moscow alongside Sierra Sapinar. Georgia continues on the balance beam with Ashley Coupette, the sophomore from Maryland.
Georgia's been very consistent so far. See if Ashley can do the same and nail this beam routine. She starts out with a front flip right here. So hard to do on the beam to a wolf jump. That was perfect. She definitely strives for perfection in and out of the gym.
Look at the nice camera moves going on there.
Wow, that's tricky.
A different view of Ashley.
Let's see. Flight series, flip layout.
We should say that our photographers do a fantastic job all season long of covering the UGA Gym Dogs and capturing their moments on each apparatus.
That was just a little twist. It's kind of interesting. You can hear the music going on in the background. Each of the girls choose what music they would like to perform to. So it's kind of interesting. If you listen to it, you can get a little taste of their personalities.
Ashley has been a very strong gymnast for Suzanne Jacqueline. Her best score on the beam, a 9.9 against Michigan.
And that was a very nice routine. Maybe not a 9.9, but close. 9.875. It's her dismount. Tuck full. Relatively easy, but she connects it to that switch leap, which gives it a little bit more value.
Back over to the floor, Jenny Diley, the junior from Dayton, Minnesota.
She's a very dramatic routine. Very beautiful dancer. Kind of unique choreography we'll get to see that University of Michigan usually has. Set up for first pass. The double tuck. That was perfect.
At least the Wolverines are struggling on this event here and not at the Big Ten championships or at the NCAAs. I mean, get out all the bad stuff now.
That is a good point. And like I said, they did have to pull a girl, so hopefully she'll be back for the postseason. It's her second pass. It's her front pass. It's a Rudy. It's a D-level skill. Very beautiful. She has very beautiful toe point, extension, and form. Taller, one of the taller gymnasts. It's always nice to see.
She was the 2003 Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
She's very good eye focus. You can tell she focuses out a little bit into the crowd. A little stumble on that last pass.
A 9.825 for Jenny Diley.
Not huge scores we're seeing. It's kind of mediocre, which is kind of what we've seen from them on floor tonight.
Over to the beam, we find our freshman, Katie Heenan from South Riding, Virginia, meaning she is for the UGA Gym Dogs.
See, Katie also starts out with a front tuck, just like we saw from Ashley Coupette's. And that was perfect as well. They look great tonight, very consistent, doing exactly what they need to do.
Katie was a 6-year member of the U.S. national team. Not to cut you off there.
I know, Katie has great experience, worldwide competition. She's competed internationally. She looks right on here tonight. It's a sheep jump, is what they call that. It's actually very difficult. It's kind of a funny name for that.
Katie is a broadcast major, and she has 3 brothers.
See if she can finish up strong. She does a round off double twist off the end. She actually was competing a harder dismount, and they have decided to take it out. It was a nice job. She was like a...
For score purpose?
Yeah, probably for score purpose and for her mental state. She knows she can hit that.
A 9.9 for Katie Heenan, and look at the score, 147.65 to University of Michigan's 146.75, and we'll continue to roll on in this meet as the Gym Dogs take the floor. We find Sam Sheehan. She will kick things off for the Gym Dogs as we approach the final rotation of this meet.
Sam has a very cute routine. See if she can get her first pass. Get that tumbling. All right, kind of big step. Not bad, though. Like I said, this is actually a routine that some of the Georgia fans may recognize. It's been done before by...
Can you remember?
I can't even remember.
That's okay. When it comes to you, you let us know. That happens to me all the time.
I was actually graduated. But actually, Karen Litchie actually taught her this routine.
Sam is a 5'1" freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio. She trained for 9 years at the Cincinnati Gymnastics Academy under Mary Lou Tracy.
She's also who I trained with. Great program. Produces a lot of great athletes.
She competed at the 2004 U.S. Olympic Trials.
And that's definitely an accomplishment. So hard to do. Nice job. Nice last pass. .98. Not a great score, but she stayed on her feet. Solid start. She could have got those landings a little bit better.
We find Jenny Diley mounting the balance beam.
See, she has great extension. She's taller, like we were talking about on floor, but it makes it so much more beautiful to watch.
Her best regular season score on the balance beam is a 9.85.
So she's setting up for her flight series. Looks like she's going to do a gainer. Gainer back handspring. So we lay out, step out, right on.
In her career, she has won 3 balance beam titles. The highest score there, a 9.925.
She looks very calm. That's what I've noticed about her gymnastics. Very fluid. She looks like she doesn't get too nervous. It's a front aerial, very hard.
She has a lot of experience in NCAA All-American first team in 03 and All-American second team in 03 and 04.
Wow, very unusual dismount. Flip-flop to a double twist off the end.
Say that 20 times.
I know, right? Here it is right here. Look at that. Very difficult. You don't even think she's going to go off the beam, and then all of a sudden, she does a dismount.
A 9.725 for Jenny Diley. Nikki Childs takes the floor when we come back. The UGA Gym Dogs are looking for another victory here at Stegeman tonight. Nikki Childs hopes to lead the way on the floor exercise.
Nikki has such a great routine. It's so cute. Kind of Egyptian-like. And actually, by the way, I do remember who did do that routine, and that was Kim Arnold.
Sam Sheehan.
That we saw from Sam Sheehan. And Nikki's routine actually is very similar to my routine that I did. Actually, she has some of the same movements. We had the same choreographer. And actually, that's one right there. I know it's a kind of picky thing, but you just notice those things. Stance is an important part of a floor routine. Presentation part. This part is so cute here. She really gets into it. Plays to the crowd.
As you mentioned, she's an excellent dancer, but also a great singer from what I hear.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's done some voice lessons, and wow, she can sing.
Why hasn't she sung the national anthem yet?
I would be nervous. I don't know if I was her to sing before I competed, but nice job.
Maybe before she graduates.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Give her belt the national anthem.
That would be great. Maybe for senior night.
Oh, good idea. We'll have to tell her that in 3 years.
Yeah, she's got a while to go.
And that's good for Suzanne Yaplin because she's a promising young gymnast for the Gym Dogs, a 9.85 on that routine.
It's another good score. Not as high as we've seen from her, but she's been sick all week, actually, so she did a wonderful job here.
Becca Clausen, the junior, on the beam.
It's a very nice mount. That was a front tuck. Very risky. A lot of teams decide not to do that because if you fall at the beginning of your routine, it's really hard to regroup, but that was perfect. So she's setting up for her flight series. She knows she needs to hit this because Michigan is definitely trailing right now. Layout, layout. Little wobble. Just look a little bit weak here tonight. Not quite on. I'm guessing not how they were last weekend against Iowa, which was their senior night.
Becca tied for second on the balance beam at the Big Ten Championships last season, a 9.9. Which I'm assuming in the postseason, a 9.9 would be even a huge, bigger score than it is during the regular season, considering everyone brings their A game.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to score those high scores in postseason. So competitive.
Balance beam is one of Becca's favorite.
She's very good jumps. Can tell, definitely tell that she enjoys doing it. She's very aggressive. Let's see what she's going to do for her dismount. And it's a front layout full. Relatively easy, but it's a solid routine.
A 9.7.
A little bit lower than I'm sure she would have liked. She did stay on.
Over to the floor, one of my favorite routines, the junior Brittany Smith.
This is a great routine. So fun. See if she can get this first pass. Double pike. Huge. Oh, almost too much power you saw there. She kind of just bounced right off the floor.
She's 5'3" from Houston, Texas, a consumer economics major at the University of Georgia, and she will soon take that leadership role as a senior.
And she'll be a great leader for the team.
I think she does a little bit of that now.
Yep. Nice. Actually, it's great that Brittany is back on floor. We didn't see her earlier on because she did get surgery this summer and was trying to come back. But it's great to see her dancing and flipping out there again.
Was it her ankle?
It was her ankle, yeah. Actually, it was her foot. I think it still bothers her a little bit. That's why it's taped, obviously. But great that she can get back for the postseason.
You know all about working through injuries.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a must in this sport.
What all happened to you? Your knees, your elbows.
About every body part, which is pretty common, actually. Gymnastics is a sport that entails every part of your body, so.
A 9.85 on that performance. Lindsay Brook now.
Gosh, they all do these very difficult mounts. I'm kind of surprised that Beverly has chosen to do such risky mounts, but they are hitting them. Just a small little wobble from Lindsay. See if she can hit her flight series here. Flip-flop, layout, right on.
Will the routines get harder? I mean, will coaches tone things down heading into their conference tournaments, or is that when you start stacking your lineup and doing everything you can to pull out the stops?
Well, you actually just want to stay consistent. You don't want to try to do anything new or crazy. You don't want to really water down. You want to just stay with what you have, build that confidence up. So not huge changes will be made.
Georgia's typical lineup at the SECs?
It depends, especially who's on that night or who that week has been training good, is how they decide who will go in. It's kind of like who's hot that night, and I'm sure that's the same with Michigan and their lineup. I've seen a great routine from Lindsay. She's been so consistent for this team. I'm very impressed with her.
She was an All-American first team on the balance beam last season.
Yeah, and you can see why. It's a good job. Small little step on that landing. That would be a pretty big deduction, actually.
She was 6th on the beam at the NCAA championships last year.
9775.
Another routine we like a lot, Kelsey Erickson's on the floor.
Yep, this is a great routine for Kelsey.
I know this one well.
Yep, it's very consistent. She's got it down. She'll probably do it. They always say, you know, it's good if you can do your routine in your sleep any time of day, any time. And I think Kelsey could do that with this routine.
She's a sophomore, as we mentioned, from Cincinnati, Ohio. 2004 All-SEC and 2004 second team All-American.
Yeah, she's just getting better and better with every year. So we can definitely expect good things from her in the upcoming years. So front pass, and handspring, full front tuck. Beautiful, very high. You can see she points her toes in their tumbling pass, which is not very common. Hard to think about that when you're flipping and twisting in the air.
And you won't guess who her favorite singer just happens to be, Nikki Childs.
You gotta love that. Staying in the team.
Now I'm even more curious what she sounds like when she sings.
See if she can finish strong. She's been a great routine so far. She has a very hard last pass. It's a double back. Tired, and that's hard to pull around. And that was perfect. Good routine. Very impressed. The dogs are doing great tonight.
A big score on the floor for Kelsey Erickson, a 9-9.
They really seem to be back on track.
Nicely done. When we come back, the final 2 competitors of the evening. Stay with us, everybody. We are back at Stegeman Coliseum, where we find Elise Ray mounting the balance beam for the Michigan Wolverines.
Elise is so accomplished. She's an Olympian in 2000.
And her beautiful tattoo shows that on her back. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, she's very proud of that. She did an amazing job for the U.S. in Australia. And that was a kind of uncharacteristic of her. She's usually so poised on the balance beam.
We should mention that tattoo is of the Olympic rings.
Of course. Of course. Yes. Oh, that's uncharacteristic. That was a double turn. Very unusual. We haven't seen any of those in the competitions thus far.
And you know her well. You know her well to say that about her.
Yeah, she's very consistent. Competing against her, actually, and with her for the U.S., she was always our anchor. Could always count on her, and that's how she's been at the University of Michigan as well.
And her list of accolades, they go on and on and on. She was an 04 bars champion for the NCAA, the beam champion in 02, the all-around co-champion in the NCAA tournament in 2001.
And we should mention that she is a fifth-year senior. So her choice to compete a fifth year shows that she's still hungry for more.
Which many people don't know this, but you could have competed one more year had you not had a lot of injuries and things hampering you.
Yes, that's right. I could have. My priorities were a little bit different, I think, and it's kind of tired.
Let's go over now to Katie Heenan. Sit back and enjoy.
great routine from Katie. Beautiful, actually, one of the best ones I've seen from her.
She's got a good meet.
Yeah, that should be a huge score, and it is. 195. Let's see.
The freshman looking very good.
It's her first pass. So difficult, and it's perfect. Look at her. She was right out of it.
Here's the final results. Georgia 197 to Michigan's 194.875.
Great score for Georgia. Michigan really has to go back and regroup here.
Another big win for the UGA Gym Dogs, especially for the lone senior Michelle Lemon. She can walk away with a good feeling.